So we have a spicy team. We have Rabidash, Umbreon, and Gligar, featuring Rabidash to be the spicy Pokemon of the pick here of the team. And it's pretty good. It's not bulky, but hey, it's pretty good. So we have Rabidash on the lead versus Gligar. Not the greatest lead, considering I think Aerial Ace will take majority of my life. Dig might just knock me out. Rabidash is not tanky. I'm going to go with the Body Slam. It's going to do some reasonable damage. I tried to catch what I thought was going to be an Aerial Ace on Umbreon. Didn't work out because they didn't throw the move, but they still throw a dig. So Umbreon, unlike Rabidash, is quite tanky and can take several digs. I do try to go for a foul play on CMP tie, and Gligar wins that one. So I'm going to take another dig to the face. Umbreon, still tanky little cat, can take it. And they're going to let this go and put this Gligar in red. They are now going to switch into a Lantern. So this is not terrible. I have a Gligar in the back with dig. And I have Rabidash in the back with high horsepower, which is super effective against Umbreon. So they are going to throw a Surf on CMP tie. So I lose that one. That's okay. And they actually go for Thunderbolt. I feel like a Surf would KO, but hey, better safe than sorry. I understand. I'm going to come back with Rabidash and try to get to a high horsepower. And on CMP tie, unfortunately, Lantern wins that one. I am going to block because I think it'll take me out, whether it's Thunderbolt or Surf. I'm not tanky. Gonna get as much energy, farm up to 100 energy, and hopefully they don't know what Rabidash moveset is and don't block, but unfortunately, they are smart cookies and they decide to block. But that's okay, because Rabidash can get to another one. And hopefully they don't block this one. And boom, they do not. Down goes Lantern, in comes a Gligar, but then they switch and have a Cresselia in the back. So now this is a little tricky. Going to go for dig. That's going to do some reasonable damage. But this is tough. I'm going to block because I think this is the hardest hitting move. And it is a Moonblast. I think that's the hardest hitting move in this matchup versus a Gligar or Cresselia. They do get to another move. I can tank a Moonblast. They do go for that. Thankfully, no debuff. With my luck, I thought that was going to happen, but we're okay. Gonna go for a dig. They decide to let this go, and I think that was a mistake. I think their win con should have been with Cresselia. I do catch the move on the Rabidash on the grass, and I catch that one. And at this point, I think I'm good. I have two Aerial Aces back to back. One will take the shield. This one will be taking the shield. And this next one will be taking out the Gligar. And I think that might have been CMP tie. So good thing I won that one. And the Cresselia can easily be farmed down with Wing Attack. So good game. Rapidash doing pretty good. I mean, hey, Gligar kind of helped us majority of that game. But Rapidash was on the field like you saw. So that's okay. Next matchup here, we have Rabidash versus, hopefully a good lead, an Articuno. So who uses an Articuno? I mean, this is hella, I thought I was being spicy. This person outspiced me. I know Articuno has a psychic move, maybe Brave Bird, I'm not too sure. But what I do know is this bird ain't tanky. As you can see from that body slam, they're going to have to shield this one or it's going down to a Rabidash. So they decide to block. And I'm going to block because I don't really know the moveset, but I know whatever it is going to KO Rabidash at one. And apparently Articuno, heads up, can learn Ancient Power. So that's a thing. They switch to Clogsire, so I'm going to go for High Horsepower, which is super effective. They do decide to shield, unfortunately. I tried to switch out, but it was CMP tie. So I am going to let this go and switch into Gligar because I have a pretty good matchup against Articuno with Umbreon. So I'm going to go for CMP tie with the dig. And this is going to not almost, but do quite a bit of damage to this Clogsire. And I'm deciding to let this go. I don't think they have anything that's super effective against me. Definitely not Earthquake. That's not going to do anything. So they decide to leave the game, and we win. So good game. I really want to know what they had in the back because that was a spicy team. Kudos to them, though, because, hey, I love matching with a spicy team. We have Rabidash versus a Drifblim. So this is not good. I only have Umbreon to save me, and then they switch to Excavalier. Not great. This person might have Megahorn. Either way, this is not great. They do decide to shield the foul play. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I have a chance here. I go for another foul play. Are they going to shield another foul play? They do. What? Okay. So they have no shields. I think, even though I don't have a good matchup with Drifloon, if I have 2 shields, I think this will be okay. So I'm going to let this go. I do get to a foul play before they're able to farm me down. And this is going to do quite a bit of damage to this Escavalier. What is Escavalier supposed to be? A knight? A nin? I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's in red right now. So I'm going to come in with Gligar and try to farm down. But nope, they have so much energy. They didn't throw that much to Umbreon. I'm going to let this go. It's just an Aerial Ace, so that is okay. And then they come in with Lantern, which I guess it's a good matchup because of the Surf. But I decide to catch the Surf on Rapidash. I don't think Rapidash is going to do that much here. But I am going to try to get to a high horsepower. And unfortunately, I do not. I am going to shield because I can one-shot this Lantern with a high horsepower. Going to farm up a little bit of energy. Go for high horsepower. I promise I am not drunk. And take out this Lantern, one-shot it. They're going to come in with the Drifloon, take me down, unfortunately. And now, Gligar, everything is up to you, my boy. You're going to have to beat this Drifloon. And surprisingly, Aerial Ace does quite a lot. I, for some reason, thought it wasn't going to do that much, but that was some pretty good damage. Unfortunately, they do have Icy Wind, so that is going to take to debuff me. So this Aerial Ace is not going to do as much damage as it once did. That is okay. But one more Aerial Ace will take it. I do, unfortunately, have no shields. So that is going to be a good game. They won that one. It was a good game. Good game. Next up here, we have Rabidash versus Mantine. So not a great lead. Body Slam is not going to do that much. But if they have, Bubble Beam, Aerial Ace, Ice Beam, doesn't matter. It's going to do some damage to this really, really glassy Pokemon. I'm going to let the first move go. And they do have Aerial Ace. So look at the damage of that. That does way too much on Rapidash. Body Slam coming through. Gonna get the Mantine into yellow, which is better than I would hope for. I'm gonna let this go, even though, hey, Rapidash, you did a great job. I'm not gonna shield you for this. I'm gonna come in with Umbreon because I am able to tank more moves, but they decide to switch to Lurantis. And I'm like, I think they're trying to bait out something that kills a Lurantis and another Pokemon. So like a flying or an ice. So I don't know if this was the greatest thing to do to switch to Gligar, but I did anyways. I'm going to tank whatever they do throw, which is a Leaf Blade. That is fine. They have another move. I am going to block this one. I'm going to preserve a little bit of health on Gligar and try to farm down, which I do. And then we're going to come in. They're going to come in with Mantine. And I am going to let this go. Hit them with my own Aerial Ace. Hopefully KOing this Mantine. They do let it go. Perfect. Last Pokemon is a Quagsire. So yeah, I don't know why they came out with Lurantis, but I'm going to be able to do some damage with Dig and Aerial Ace onto this Quagsire. Gonna go for a Dig right now. That does quite a bit of damage. And basically just let this Gligar go. I think Umbreon, the tanky little cat that it is able to tank quite a bit of moves. They go for Stone Edge too, so they're definitely don't have that much energy. They do go to another move. And that is okay. Umbreon can tank a Mud Bomb. And I just need back-to-back foul plays, and this is going to be a good game. So Rabidash didn't do as much as I would like her to do things, but that's okay. Sometimes it's a team effort. It's not always going to be one Pokemon doing great. Umbreon ending the game strong with 2 foul plays to win it. So good game. Next game here, we have Rabidash. Hopefully in a good lead with, what are we hoping for here? I don't know, just something that dies quick. Rabidash versus Magnezone. So it's not great. Mirror Shot will one-shot me. That's not great. So I'm going to try to get to a high horsepower. Unfortunately, they do get to Mirror Shot quite quickly. I'm going to shield because, again, it will one-shot me. Rabidash is not tanky whatsoever. I do get to a high horsepower. This will one-shot them. I probably should have baited with the Body Slam, but I didn't. They do shield. And at this point, I'm going to go for Body Slam, but unfortunately, it was CMP tie, so Magnezone wins that one. Going to let this go. I can shield a Rapidash twice. And I'm going to come in with Umbreon. I think that was a mistake. I think I should have came with Gligar because I resist its movesets. But hey, this is all a learning process. Going to hit them with the Foul Play. That does a lot of damage. And usually with Magnezones, they try to farm up to 2 wild charges. Kind of like when you use a Victini, they farm up to 2 V-Creates. They decide to block. And I tried to catch what I thought was going to be a wild charge, but they decide to Mirror Shot me. And then they switch to Dugong. I'm like, oh my God, this is not good for me. Dig is going to be doing a little bit of damage to this Dugong. But I think this is going to be a good game. Tried to get to an Aerial Ace, but at this point, they're just going to Icy Wind the crap out of this Umbreon. And it's just, the only thing I can hope for is their game stops working or they die mid-game. That's the only thing I can hope for. There's nothing else. Umbreon is going to be Icy Wind to death, this poor little cat. And it's just, this is not looking great. Hoping for them to crap out right now. But they do not. And the Foul Play doesn't even KO. At that point, I'm like, okay, this is just not going to work out. So thank you so much for watching. This is trying to be a Rapidash video, but hey, sometimes other Pokemons are the star. But Rapidash still did pretty good. We got 3 out of 5, still a positive set. Rapidash, still a good Pokemon. I wish it was tankier, but we can't get everything from Pokemon. But hopefully for the new update, they give Rapidash a better moveset.